Greg Powers, Director of Recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and we're going to talk about SMU Mustangs in the early signing period, and it's been a pretty good haul, I think, for Rhett Lashlee and co. on the Hilltop. They've mixed in some really good high school signings, and they've got elite guys already committed within the transfer portal. We're going to take a look at some of the key high school football signings first, and the guy on the graphic right behind me, that's KD Dotson from Duncanville, 6'1", 180-pound safety, who's been a key contributor on back-to-back state championship runs for the Panthers in 6A Division I. If you didn't know, that's the highest classification here in Texas high school football, so he plays against the stiffest competition, not only in practice, as that Duncanville team is loaded with talent, but week in and week out throughout the playoffs and in one of the very toughest districts within the state. Dotson is a guy who I really like a lot. He has a go-getter's mentality, plays with a chip on his shoulder, and he's the type of kid that when he hits you, you can actually hear it and feel it on the sidelines. And he's also very versatile. I don't think that you can just pin him down at safety. I think he is the type of talent who could move around and fulfill a role within any secondary position. So that's a huge pickup for SMU. And I'm just going to keep it locked with state championship winners and back-to-back state championship winners. Why not talk about linebacker Brandon Booker from DeSoto? The one-time Baylor commit flipped to Stanford. Then he flipped to SMU. So he stayed at home, and he's going to be playing at a Power 5 school right in his own backyard. Booker is the type of linebacker who can play any linebacker position. He's lauded for his flexibility as a linebacker. He's tremendous downhill against the run, but can defend the pass equally as well. So this is a guy who I think can make an early contribution because he also possesses a high football IQ. A late flip for SMU was Speedy Nettles. The Dallas Christian 6'1", 190-pound cornerback was a longtime Purdue commitment, but SMU convinced him to stay at home and play his college football right in his own backyard. And this was a key addition because it's rare to find players that have his athleticism and really ability to, have the hip flexibility to hang tough with some of the quicker wide receivers, but also possessing the size to lock up with some of the bigger 6'4" receivers that SMU is now going to face, that they are moving in to the ACC. In the transfer portal, all SMU does is work. As a matter of fact, yesterday it was announced that they'd secured a commitment from former 5-star defensive lineman Omari Abor from Ohio State. They've got a Georgia defensive line commitment. They got a pair of offensive linemen transferring from Oklahoma, and Savion Byrd and Nate Anderson. So the future is bright on the Hilltop, and Rhett Lashlee and his squad is moving in the right direction. And of course, we're going to be covering it all right here, college football and recruiting at Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com.